Right, so today is special because it's the first video where I'm showing all of the frame and not an image. And I try to find a better angle so you had a better background, but it was too sunny and the light wasn't good. It was too dark. So instead, you're seeing my kind of messy kitchen. This channel is not about the cosmetic or the appearance, it's about what I want to share, and hopefully, it's fine with all of you. So today I want to share about what I'm doing right now. And for me, it's a big step up to be vulnerable, even if nobody's watching. I feel that there's a difference between me talking one on one with someone or even with few people that I feel more comfortable, more confident compared to having no direct contact with the viewer behind the lens, behind technology, but it feels that the lack of feedback kind of frees me. But at the same time, I feel it's just getting used to it, being comfortable with it, and it will feel natural. And that's why I'm doing this. At the same time, because it's posted on the internet, if it does get views, if it does get an impact, eventually it will also have, I will also receive negative feedback. And that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about the fact that there is in society what I call children or babies, teenagers, and adults. And just like in real life, babies are really demanding. Teenagers are like half and half between not wanting too much from them, but they don't give too much. And then parents who are caregivers, they are giving a lot more than they're receiving, at least if they have babies. And so when we're doing social media or any kind of contribution to a community, there is those phases as well. There's when we are just taker, meaning that we want to try everything that other people are offering. So I want to taste, I want to try, I want to experience, and I'm not giving back anything. And this is the child phase, the baby phase. And then there's a time where you want to be involved, but you're not organizing it yourself. So you may be volunteering, helping, and then maybe you get a free entrance, maybe you don't get any advantage, but you just want to be part of it without being the creator of the event. And so you're a teenager at that stage. Not you're taking as much as you're giving. And then the parent, the adult, is when we are creating, when we're giving more than we're receiving. I mean, not that maybe there's money involved, maybe we're offering a service, but what I'm trying to say is that there's a difference between being a producer of creativity, like I'm trying to do right now, even if it's not good quality, and a consumer of creativity. The consumer of creativity is like me or you watching and scrolling on the internet and being a taker of everybody else's creativity. And then an adult is the one who's now behind the lens, like I'm doing right now, to provide creativity. And then, of course, there's better people to do it than me. But I'm in the shift of becoming an adult, a mother, a giver. And it's difficult because we are more vulnerable. It's easier being the one scrolling and commenting on others, either positively if it's something good, but there's a lot of also negative comment. And for many people, maybe like me as well, even if I feel I shouldn't be affected, I feel that it's possible that it affects me negatively. And this can set us back. And this can make us unconfident, shy, or doubt ourselves. But the way I want to express is the same way as a baby. A baby cry, complain, whinge, and it's just in the nature of the baby. And we have to understand and accept that. And so if we are an unconscious parent, then we focus on the cry of the baby, and then it's draining us because we're just trying to fix the crying baby instead of overseeing the mission as a good mother to care and provide for the need of the baby. And so, as a content creator, we're not meant to satisfy everyone. That's not what I'm trying to say. But I have a mission, and my mission is to share my truth, my wisdom, or whatever it is. And if there's baby crying, meaning I receive bad comments, it's I see it as the same way as if I have a small baby and it's crying. If I'm doing my best to like provide for shelter, food, or love, then I know that I'm a good mother and I don't have to ignore the cry, but I don't have to let the cry affect me. And it's the same thing when we are artists, or like artists in the way that I'm producing creativity. There may be people that's going to argue or contest everything I'm going to share. But at the same time, if I'm centered and grounded in what I'm trying to achieve, even if I'm not a good mother right now, I know that even if there's baby crying, then I can accept the crying and not be affected negatively and focus on my own inner parents. I don't know if it makes sense. What I feel for me is that complaining itself is a net negative. There's positive feedback. Even if you have something negative to say because we have a bad experience, there's positive feedback we can give either to business, to somebody, or to a treatment that we just received instead of just complaining. Complaining for me, it's arguing with reality. It's like if you go on vacation and it's raining, you're complaining. It's like there's nothing you can do. It is just this, even if it's not supposed to be rainy season and it's raining, what can you do? You're just spreading your negative energy to others who probably didn't ask for you to share your negative energy. So it's important to protect yourself, and as an adult to realize that people complaining, it's just them being babies. It's the crying of a baby. It's annoying, it's not fun, but at the same time, if I don't want to feel affected myself, I have to grow up. So it's my responsibility to grow up and to realize that people who are complaining, they're needing something more than what they don't have. Just like a baby. It's maybe we're trying to figure it out, but maybe we are just not good enough for them to communicate to us, and also for us to understand them what's their real need. Like a mother trying to feed a baby that's actually have a toothache and it keeps crying. And so we are it's not about ignoring the people who are complaining, but to try to see their true need behind the crying instead of being affected and trying to like solve them from not crying. Because there's people who cannot grow up, like people were there's children who have mental illness when they cannot grow up, and it's the same spiritually or emotionally. There's people who don't have the capacity, or they have limited capacity to grow emotionally, to grow spiritually, for them to stop complaining that whatever they feel they suffer, whatever the pain they experience, it's their own power to solve and not always to put the responsibility on others. Complaining is putting our power for solving our experience about life on the external of self. So either toward others, toward higher divinity, we're complaining because we're not happy and we think somebody else should fix it for us. And yeah, so for me, I don't think I complain a lot in my life, but at the same time, I didn't took many steps to be more responsible. I was a teenager for a long time, meaning I didn't took a lot from others, but I didn't give back. And I didn't realize until recently that there's a time where I was participating and I was also observing how other people who I feel was less competent, less talented, less experienced than I, and were already showing up, being vulnerable, and sharing whatever the little they had to others. So, like, I don't know, 18 years old parents, and I'm 46 today, and I'm not looking to have a baby right now, but I feel spiritually I've been kind of secluding or closing myself from sharing to others, even if I knew that within myself I had a lot of useful wisdom and goodness to share with the world. And hopefully the people who are listening to this are somehow resonating with what I'm sharing. And it's also an insight for you that if you're listening to this and that you have a hard time to step up, just try. It's not. It's a wake up call for consciousness who are. It's time for the people who are spiritually mature to show up and to share. So the people who cannot, the spiritual children, can more easily start growing. There's a lot of spiritual orphans right now, and I'm not trying to somehow feel entitled or better or yeah more anything. It's an observation where I feel that I'm less needy than others, and at the same time I have a resources for which I somehow kept for myself. Not that I try, it's just like maybe I wasn't ready, maybe I was too shy, maybe I was too unconfident, and I'm taking the baby step toward exposing myself, and at the same time potentially facing backlash, negative feedback, negative comment, and allowing it, and allowing the spiritual cry to affect me. And hopefully I'll be able to be mature enough to understand that it's part of my own journey, to not feel overwhelmed and overly affected by people who have negative stuff about me, and to focus by me growing up as an adult, as a conscious adult, as a conscious mother, father, and to give and to do my best to give back through this lens at least, and also through reality. I have many projects that I want to do in the material world, and in the same lens as I want to raise consciousness, spiritual consciousness. It's challenging, and I don't know why it's so challenging. It feels so natural to have conversation, deep conversation with people, and I feel as well that I have infinite amount of dialogue when I am in my own mind. But just the fact that a physical lens, just a little square telephone, not even a good lens, is looking at me, I feel it's not the first time I'm trying to start this channel, and it's been somehow so overwhelming emotionally. And I've done a lot of crazy thing, but somehow this is a lot more challenging emotionally than many other things that I've done. But it felt good. I have no idea if it'll have an impact, and of course there's part of me that wishes, but at the end I'm just happy and proud about myself that I'm standing here and making it happen as a daily practice. I have extremely high level of discipline with my morning practice. Like I shared in different video, for over 8 years, I have a 8 to 12 hour morning practice. I wasn't working, I didn't have kids and things, so it was easier for me to just focus on the spiritual path. And now I'm more like toward 4 hours plus going to the gym. So it's still a lot. And I have never had issue with having physical discipline. And somehow this is relative. I'm not. For a long time I wanted the video to look better, to edit it. I studied and watched many videos about how to make my video better, and I just stayed not doing anything in the end. And so hopefully the video quality will get better. Hopefully what I'm sharing will get more concise, less hesitating, and better quality of information and density and visuals as well. But I feel that there's the way I see it is that at first I need to show up at the gym every day. And when I show up and when I commit to show up at the gym every day, then I can think about doing the rep properly. But because I was just focusing on watching all the videos about how I make sure that I do my rep properly, then I never went to the gym and I did things in the wrong order. So now my mission is just to keep the discipline of recording at least a video per day and posting it every day. And then when I feel ready, then hopefully I'll manage to get better quality audio, video, and presentation, and be a better parent. And be a better parent because some people will complain that I should clean up behind, that I should have a different background, etc. But for now, my mission is just to show up. And I hope that the viewer will acknowledge the first step I'm taking and will follow me along this journey of getting better for myself and hopefully for the viewer later. I have few notes I took and just thank you. So that's it for this video today, and I'll see you in the next video. I hope you enjoy. If you have any question, feel free to ask in a comment. And if you like, my rule of thumbs is that if I watch 3 videos of one creator, I already feel that I receive a positive impact about this creator. And because it doesn't cost nothing, but at the same time benefit exponentially the algorithm for the creator, I do subscribe if I do watch 3 videos of one creator. So if this is already your third one and you are interested in being connected with more with what I shared, I suggest and would love that you subscribe. See you in the next one.